Hello and welcome to TagGenie. My name is Brad Martineau, and in this video I'm going to show you how easy it is to organize your tags using TagGenie. Whether you've got a bunch of tags you got to create, or whether you've got a bunch of tags that just need to be cleaned up, TagGenie is going to be your new best friend. No more you're going to have to deal with creating or editing tags one at a time, or trying to make sure that everybody on your team is naming them the same way, or trying to remember how you wanted to name them, or dealing with a spreadsheet to help make that happen, or having to import or export for updates. It's all out the window. Now you just have a super simple tool that's going to save you a ton of time and make life super easy. Now, when we talk about organizing tags, we've got to make sure we're on the same page. So the whole goal here is to get all the tags that you have or the new tags you're going to create and make sure that they end up in groups that make sense. Inside TagGenie, we call those tag groups. Hopefully you see what we did there. And tag groups are very similar to like folders in a filing cabinet. They're places where tags should end up. So every tag that you create in the future, or every tag that you've already created, should have a home in one of the tag groups, and the tag groups are going to correspond to the automations of the different aspects of your client journey. So if you have a lead magnet, there's going to be a tag group for that lead magnet, and all the tags that have to do with that lead magnet will go into that tag group. If you have a webinar, you'll have a tag group for the webinar. If you have 2 webinars, you'll have 2 tag groups, one for each webinar, and the tags that correspond to the different webinars will go into those tag groups. Every product, service, or program you have is going to have a tag group so that all the tags that have to do with that will go into that tag group. Hopefully you get the idea. Tag groups equal the place where tags live, and they correspond to automations or different aspects of your client journey. Now, when you create a tag group, and I'm going to show you how to do this in just a second. When you create a tag group, you can do one of 2 things. You can create a tag group to create new tags, like a whole new set for a new webinar or a new lead magnet. Or you can create a tag group because I just need to go take the tags that already exist and I need to organize them into this tag group. And I'm going to show you how to do both of those things right now. So let's jump over into the software. And you probably got to this screen right here once you connected your account and it was like, hey, let's create your first tag group. And now that we know exactly what tag groups are, this should be really, really easy. Quick disclaimer here. You'll notice that I'm going to do a demonstration here with a Keap account. Everything I'm about to show you applies the same whether you're using Keap or ActiveCampaign or HighLevel or any of the other tools that we're integrated with. I just happen to have selected a Keap account for the sake of this demonstration. Okay, so we've got an account connected, and now we want to create our first tag group. And remember, tag groups are the home for your tag, and they correspond to aspects of your client journey. So in this case, let's do just a lead magnet. So I'm just going to call it lead magnet. You would probably name it the name of your lead magnet, but this would be the name of the automation or the part of your client journey. And then I come down here and I get to say what tags I want to create as a part of this tag group. In this case, we'll say requested, and then downloaded, and then converted. And you might do other tags, but just for the sake of this example. Now this line right here is specific to Keap. It's the only tool that has categories. You don't need to worry about it. Just ignore it. We're going to hit create this tag group. You won't see it if you're on ActiveCampaign or HighLevel or any of those other tools, right? Okay, so now at this point it says, hey, we've created this tag and we're syncing this up with Keap. Okay, now boom, we're done. So if I jump over here and I go into Keap and I look at my tags, you do the same thing in ActiveCampaign, HighLevel, whatever, right? I come in here and I search for lead magnet. And now what it's done is it has created all 3 of my tags, and they're organized into tag groups. So lead magnet : requested, lead magnet : downloaded, lead magnet : converted. Now, if I want to change that, it's really, really easy. And there's a whole bunch of management tools that I'm not going to get into in this video, but let's say it's like, hey, I want that tag name to be shorter. So I'm just going to make it say LM. I can change it to LM. And rather than having to go through each tag individually, I can, from one spot, I can actually update all 3 of the tags. So if I come in here now and I search for LM, I've got the same tags, but now they've been updated. So that's an example of how you would create a tag group to create new tags. Now let's talk about how you would use a tag group to just organize tags that already exist inside your account. We come in here, we still create a new tag group. And in this case, we're gonna do a webinar because I've got some tags in this particular account that are gonna work with the webinar. So we'll say webinar, but I don't wanna create a new tag. So I'm not gonna type a name in here. I'm actually gonna go search for a tag that already exists. So I click over here and I say, all right, let's go search for webinar. And I'm looking for my registered for webinar. That makes sense. That's the first step in this process. So we'll do that. And then I can clean this name up. I don't need to say registered for webinar again because I'm going to have webinar in the name up here. So I've got registered. I want a new tag because I want to also pull in the tag I have for when they attend. So I'll search for webinar again. And I've got webinar attendee. So I'm going to link that tag in. And then I can come down here and be like, okay, this is attended. I'll just clean that name up real quick. And then I can do one more tag for converted, but I want to link it because it already exists. So I come over here. And then I go webinar, and it pulls up my bot from webinar. And so we'll hit select, and we'll just leave this one as bot. So now, when I come in here, I'll select this again. When I come in here and I hit create this tag group, it's going to create a tag group in TagGenie, but it's not going to create any new tags. It's just going to go rename those tags so that they fit and they're clean and they're organized. So I'll hit create this tag group right now, and then we're going to let that thing sync up. And then I'm going to jump over here, and if I search for webinar here, what you'll see is I've got webinar registered, webinar attended, webinar bought. And again, just like with the lead magnet, if I wanted to come in and I wanted to shorten this down to just say W, I could make this just say W. I can make it say whatever I want. It could be webinar 1, it could be webinar 2. If I need to add a new tag, maybe I need like to add a tag that's an integration tag or something, I can come in here and say, hey, this is for my webinar software, I need an integration tag. I can add that, and now it'll go create that as a new tag. So now I've got 4 tags in here. Come back over here and I search for webinar, and now I've got my 4 tags, okay? So again, the key, the whole point of this video is tag groups are how you organize your tags. It's the groups that make sense. They're going to correspond to automations or parts of your client journey. You can create as many tag groups as you want within your account. There is no limit whatsoever. And then you can either use tag groups to create new sets of tags or new groups of tags, or you can create a tag group simply to organize tags that already exist. So the next step for you would be to go through and be like, all right, well, what are the tag groups? What are the automations that I want to create tag groups for? And then go through and either create the tags or clean the tags up. And literally in 30 or 60 minutes, you can have all of your tags cleaned up, organized, simple, clean naming convention. And then you have a whole host of powerful management tools that we'll get into in some other videos. All right, if you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, that should set you up to hit the ground running with TagGenie as you go to organize your tags.